Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Arcane Hulk here today, and today what I have for you is the third installment of my Advanced Warfare Ranked Playlist Definitive Guides. First we covered Search, then we got Hardpoint, and today we have Uplink. So the gameplay you're going to be seeing in the background is Uplink on the map Retreat. This is an excellent map. I love it. It's one of my favorites. The gameplay it mainly revolves around me trying to slay and play objectively, so I am playing a bit out of my element. I'm not really too used to doing a role like that. Usually I'm just a dedicated OBJ, so I hope it's all right. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you think it's pretty fun. It's pretty intense for me. But let's get right into the video. So as usual, I'll start off with a brief description of what Uplink is. So Uplink is a new game mode exclusive only to Advanced Warfare. It's kind of like I forgot what the game mode is called, but in Black Ops 2 there was a capture the flag variant game mode where there was a flag in the middle of the map and you pick it up and you take it to the enemy's base to spawn. Um, Works pretty much the same way, except the player holding the objective in this game can't shoot. They can only melee with it. So, but they do have a bit of an armor buff, so that helps out a little bit, and they do move faster. Another thing about Uplink is you can throw and pass the ball. So, for example, you can throw it to your teammate who's next to you if you're about to get into a gunfight, or you can just straight up lob it off the map, and it'll respawn back in the original spawn point. That's very good if if the enemy team is swarming you, you manage to get the kill, just throw it out, it resets the ball, you have more time to, regroup and make sure that your team isn't getting spawn trapped or, you don't want to get spawn dictated too much in this game mode. It can really be pretty detrimental. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's just a brief preface of the game mode, how it works for those of you who haven't played it before. And the main reason I'm covering that is because as far as competitive Call of Duty goes, uplinking is kind of being forced down our throat. It's a lot of players don't want to play it in ranks play, or even the pros don't want to play it. But I think Sledgehammer just wants to see how it works in Columbus, see how the viewership goes. If people like it, then we'll keep it. If people don't, then they'll probably get rid of it, which is probably what I see happening. They'll probably go back to standard, search, hardpoint, and capture the flag. It's already a proven formula. It works, but Uplink is their new try. It's a whole lot better than Ghost Blitz in my opinion. But let's get right into the meat of the video, which you guys all came to see, the tips and the information that I have. So understanding and playing hardpoint is fairly simple. It can be broken down into three main categories. One is your objective player. Your objective player needs to have, pretty decent map knowledge. He needs to know which routes are best, which routes have the most cover, and he also needs to make sure his exosuit build is made right for the maximum effectiveness when you're using the objective. The second part is your slayers. Your slayers, you're gonna be one slayer short because you're basically gonna have two objective players, and we'll get into that soon enough. I know, two objective players, that's a little awkward, but in this game mode, it really does work. Third, of course, is passing and throwing the ball. Two main staples of this game mode. You need to master these, or you will pretty much never be better than a public playlist player. Wow, I hope that didn't sound condescending or anything. But anyway, so back to category one is the objective player, or most importantly, your two objective players. So your objective player, he's going to be the one in charge of getting the ball initially. And depending on how you want to run the game, he may hold the ball the whole time, or you might have two objective players. So first, I just want to cover the one. The objective player, as I said before, he's going to be the one getting the ball. He's also going to be the one running it. He needs to make sure his map knowledge is very strong. You want to make sure your objective player can get in and out of cover really quick, because yes, even though that the OBJ does have extra armor, it doesn't last very long. It can be get rid of really quick. It's basically like having, I'd say, 150% health. You can take like an extra 2 bullets, but that's pretty much it, not much. So just make sure your objective player, he knows that his exosuit build has to be right, and he knows his maps. Now, I want to go over the exosuit build that I prefer for the objective player, and that would easily be lightweight and overclock. So once you pick up the objective, your run speed is dramatically increased by quite a bit, and it stacks with overclock and lightweight. Unfortunately, I don't have the exact numbers on that. I'm just going off of personal experience here and what I feel, and I definitely feel that they do stack quite a bit, and you do get a heck of a speed boost when you put them together with lightweight and overclock. It's the best way to do it. It's the best way to avoid gunfights and just stay alive generally. So now I want to talk to you about is this hybrid OBJ nonsense that you're probably thinking about. Like, what is a hybrid OBJ? Why do you need to have two objective players? Isn't that kind of pointless? Well, in Uplink, it really does work. For those of you who have never watched Uplink competitively or have never played in the ranked playlist too much, it's even happening in pubs. Just, it's a trick that's getting around. What you do is you can send one of your better tier slayers up to the enemy base and cover their goal, and he can slay them out of the spawn, leaving you guys able to capture the objective a little quicker. Well, not capture it, more secure it. And what you do is your objective player will grab the ball. Of course, you escort him, and as soon as they're in the clear, what you're going to do is you're just going to throw it to your hybrid slayer that's by their goal already, and it's just an easy 2 points. It is a bit riskier mode of play because your slayer is out more towards their base, and he can get picked off fairly easily, especially if the other team is really, really good at, at dying a lot and respawning, so they may have more, more of a chance to kill him. But if he stays quiet and chooses not to engage, that's probably his best bet. Another thing I want to cover is just, if you have the objective, just press R2 or right trigger. You can throw the ball, get your gun back up. It's probably a bit of a faster way of moving around. Just throw it over a building or throw it over something instead of going through. Lets you have your gun out, but then you don't get an armor buff anymore. But now on to Category 2. And Category 2 is your Slayers. So your Slayers are going to be playing more the OBJ support role. They're going to be kind of near him, but not quite next to him. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. Mainly you're going to want one person in front of the objective player and one person behind him. If the guy behind dies, then the objective player knows he has to book it a little bit quicker, make sure he has cover behind him. If the guy in front dies, then they know something's coming. The OBJ player can make a bit of a detour, flank around, try to get behind him, all that good stuff. Slayers, they are important in this game mode, but not as important as the OBJ needs to have map knowledge. So that was a pretty short category. Third is throwing and passing the ball. So just make sure that if you do have the ball, you're going to want to throw it, especially if you know you're going to be getting into a gunfight. Just lob it straight up in the air. Don't even worry about it. Just make sure you get that kill and you're staying alive. That is probably one of the most important things about any game mode in Call of Duty, is just making sure you're able to stay alive. That way you can get kills, go clutch for your team, and do what you need to do. And that pretty much sums up the 3 categories. A bonus I like to throw in at some point in every video is kill streaks. The best kill streaks for this game mode are obviously not manually controlled kill streaks, more AI controlled kill streaks. So while they're allowed, I would be using sentry guns, and I would probably be using Vulcans. Vulcans are probably the best for shutting down choke points. You can keep someone trapped inside a building for however long they last. I think it's like 5 to 8 seconds depending on which upgrades you have on it. But a standard Vulcan, I think, lasts about 3 to 5 seconds. So yeah, you can just use that to create a line of defense, last line in case someone gets through your base, and it'll still kill the guy with the ball pretty quickly. Alright, so now just to recap, the 3 categories were objective player, then you have your Slayers, and then you have throwing and passing the ball. So, brief overview of the objective player. Make sure you know your maps. Make sure your exosuit is set up the right way. Speed is probably your most important asset. So, lightweight, overcharged, and overclock. Get in there quick, get out fast. Next is your Slayers. Make sure you're escorting that OBJ. If you're a hybrid Slayer, make sure you're watching that spawn. And, of course, the passing and throwing the ball. If you know an enemy's coming, throw the ball. If you have a teammate on the roof next to the enemy goal, just pass it. Simple as that. It's, Uplink isn't a very complicated game mode at all. It's just new. A lot of people, still haven't gotten used to it. I haven't even gotten used to it yet, and I've played the heck out of it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go and end the video there. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'd really appreciate the support. I finally passed 50 subscribers. I checked this morning. I think I'm at like 52 or something like that, which is freaking awesome. I hit my goal 50. My next goal is 100. I'm going to see if I can get there before 2015. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate all the support you've been giving me. It's been great. Thank you for watching. Episode 4, Capture the Flag, will be here very, very soon. Thank you.